All right, so this week we are looking at Copilot, specifically in Power Apps. From what I've heard, all you have to do is give it a business problem and it generates a model-driven app for you, even a Canvas app. It creates all the tables for you. So I'm already excited and I can't wait to try it. Before I switch it to the laptop, if you are new to my channel, definitely subscribe. I do make content around Power Apps and Dynamics 365.
All right, guys, so I've switched to the laptop. If you are following along, make sure that you are on make.powerapps.com under the Home tab, and then just choose an environment, preferably something like, I don't know, dev or like a trial account. And yeah, let's see what it does. I'm kind of excited for this, to be honest. I'm going to insert the business problem that we've just described. And what I'm saying here is we currently use an Excel asset register to keep track of the IT equipment, including laptops, headsets, keyboards, and other items. As the IT person, it's becoming a bit harder to monitor all of this when someone borrows it. So I'm giving a bit of a context, and then I'm just saying I need an app that allows us to basically check out IT items, record the date and time of when the person has, borrowed the item, and then potentially remind them when the deadline is like approaching or has passed, right? What you can do here is you can actually check this box to include any preview features. And this button here, add files, you can actually add files to provide more details to the generative AI as well. So I'm gonna click on generate, and yeah, let's see let's see what happens. I'm just kind of keen to see because this is first time doing it. So let's see what happens. So it's generating something on the left hand side. It created a it looks like it's got my business problem. So the business problem that I've just given out, and then it's got the purpose of this plan. So this plan serves as a blueprint for addressing the business problem described above, outlining the user requirements, data model, and technology that will be used to get things done. Okay. So what it's doing is it looks like it's creating a plan for me, right? It's giving me what I'm sort of struggling with or what I'm trying to resolve, and then it's saying to basically fix this. We need to start with the user requirements, the data model, and then the technology. So let's start with the user requirements. It's identified employees as one. Great, good. And then it's also identified a IT administrator. So these are the two user stories, right? A person who requests and borrows IT equipment for work. Yep, that's correct. That's the employee. And then the IT administrator will be someone who is responsible for managing, tracking, and maintaining IT equipment. Fantastic. Yeah, that's. I'll give that a like. That's spot on. And then in here, it looks like like a acceptance criteria. As a user, I need to record the issue and return of the IT equipment so that there is an app to log of all transactions, view the status of borrowed and available items, receive notifications of overdue. So it's looking at all of the scenarios that an IT administrator person will be handling this particular role. And then for employees, you want to be able to obviously check out of the IT equipment that you're borrowing, view all the list of available IT equipment available to you, and then receive a reminder when the deadline is due, and then also view the current or past borrowed items so that I can keep track of my equipment loans. Okay, you can sort of see it's looking at all of the different scenarios, like all the different things that a particular user will be able to do, right? In business terms, these will be considered like user stories, right? So I'm going to say this looks good, and yeah, let's see what happens next. Okay, so it looks like it's going to the user processes. Processes for solving the business problem. Each process appears as a card next to this document. Okay, so let's have a look at this here. It's got the employee and then it's got the IT administrator process. So let's go and view that. Wow, okay. So it's got the starts with the employee. It's got all of the processes that an employee will potentially do. So let's see, view list of items. Yep. Select equipment to borrow, approve, and record the checkout transaction. update the equipment status to borrowed and assigned to the employee that borrowed it, view my current and past borrowed items, and then send the return reminder to employees before deadline. And then it's got a couple of if statements here. Is the item returned? Yes, then it goes in here. If no, then it goes to send overdue reminders to employees and notify the IT administrator. So it's looking at different scenarios, right? And then it ends it with the borrowing process. I think that looks pretty good, honestly. In general, like it solves exactly what we asked for it, right? So I'm gonna say, yeah, that looks good. See what happens next. Okay, so it looks like it's going to the data model. These are all the tables that will hold all the data, right? So let's see what kind of tables it came up with. So it came up with the employee table, of course, the equipment category, a reminder table, a return status, borrow transaction table, and then the IT administrator table as well. So already I can say, yep, employee is definitely great. Equipment is great. The I guess you could argue and say the return status could also be included as like a choice inside the equipment table. So it's not 100% accurate, but it's still pretty good as a starter to sort of get a good idea of all the data model that potentially might be involved in the particular business problem or app that you're trying to build, right? So I think this looks pretty good, but of course you can edit it as well to suit your exact data model. I'm going to say this looks good because I'm interested to see what happens next. So let's go to the technology. Okay, so these are the technologies that will solve your business problem, right? So what have they offered? They offered a Canvas app, a model-driven app, and then a Power Automate app. It's got a description of exactly what it's for as well. So for the Power Automate, it says you can send automated reminders to employees and IT administrators before and after equipment return deadlines. So you can already see in our business problem, we did sort of say, we need an app that allows users to check out IT items, record the date and time, also give them a reminder. So it's taking that, and that's why it's included the Power Automate as well. And of course, it's got reports as well for visualizations for the IT administrators. It's got a Canvas app, so you can let employees check out the IT equipment. They can view availability, receive deadline reminders. But also, it's also given the option of a model-driven app as well, so you can help the IT administrators record equipment issues, equipment insurance or returns. They can edit the items and monitor the inventory in there as well. So this one looks like the Canvas app specifically is for the employees to be able to see the available IT equipment, select what they need, also be able to view what IT equipment is available. And then for the model-driven app, it's more for the IT administrators to just be able to oversee everything. And then Power Automate is like the whole reminding the employees of when an item has been overdue and all that as well. So technology-wise, 10 out of 10. I'm going to say this looks good. So let's see what happens next. Okay, so it's saying now that it's time to start creating objects, but before you do, you need to save the tables. Yeah, sure, save the tables. Okay, where do you want to save things? So it's giving me an option to save the item to a new solution. It's already given me a name, but I can also write my own solution name as well. I'm interested to see what happens if I click on advanced. I can select an existing solution, so that's quite cool. And of course, I can also choose the publisher as well. I'm going to say save the items as a new solution. The name looks good to me, and I'm going to say save. Okay, I take it that this probably will take a few minutes because it's probably going to create all the tables and all that. Maybe even the Canvas app. That will be quite interesting. But before we wait for that, one thing I've noticed so far on the screen is on the right hand side at the very top, I can see my profile there, but I can also see a couple of agents. So I want to see what these agents are for. So if I click on view all, Okay, so there's a requirement agent, there is a process agent, there is a data agent, and then there's a solution agent. So it's similar to what we've kind of gone through in the plan. So yeah, you can see every agent is specifically working on one section of the plan, which is quite cool to see as well. Okay, looks like my tables has been saved. That is pretty fast, to be honest. Usually, it will take me personally, at least half an hour or something to create. So this is quite cool to see that it's just created straight away. I'm interested to see what the next steps are, though. So let's figure this out. And if I click on, you can hover it and create. Okay, cool. So it's created all of the. So green means that it's been created. So all the Dataverse tables has been created. And then I think for the Canvas app, okay, so I have to select on it to actually create it. All right, let's see. Let's create a Canvas app. let's see what it, how it looks like, and what kind of information it retrieves. Okay, it's loading. Okay, so let's see. So we've got this is the welcome screen. We've got the employees. So this table contains the records of employees who borrow ID equipment. You've got the equipment that's available. Then you got the equipment categories, the borrow transactions, the return statuses, and then the reminders. All right, let's see what it looks like. If I click on play, preview the app, and then if I click on employees, I take it will give me a list of all the employees. All right, cool. If I click on equipment, it should give me a list of all the equipment that's available. Equipment categories, you got laptop, headset, monitors, mouse. Okay. Borrow transactions, it's got the return deadline, borrow date and time, return date and time, the employee who has borrowed it, the equipment as well, and then the return status, whether it's returned or borrowed or overdue. All right. And then what about the return statuses? So you got return, lost, damage, overdue. That is quite cool. Okay. And then reminders. Okay. So it's got a list of reminder name, reminder date and time, sent, and then it's got the transaction. Um, okay. Maybe this is gets updated on once the flow runs, potentially. No idea. This looks pretty cool. We haven't done anything other than just describe the business problem, right? Um, if we click on the app checker, let's see what we've got. Just going to recheck all. So there's about 108 accessibility errors that potentially will need to be resolved. And then it's got missing tab, about 18 of them as well. And then yeah, so even though that's created the app directly, you still need to check the app and make sure that it's visible. For something that you just drafted out within 5 minutes, that is really cool to see for a full app. Okay, so that's the Canvas app. Let's see what the model-driven app looks like. So if I click on Create, I kind of have a good idea of what it would look like, but I just want to see how long it takes to actually create it. All right, getting things ready. Okay, yeah. So just as I sort of expected, you'll have all of the tables on the left-hand side. So it's got the IT administrators. So you've got the admin name, the email, phone number, the employees, and you've got the equipment, and then you've got the equipment categories, the borrowed transaction, and then the return status. So this model-driven app is perfect for the IT administrator to just manage everything, and the Canvas app is specifically for the employees to be able to just select what they need. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Nothing too fancy, but it does the job. And if we come back to, I wonder if it creates the flows as well. That's what I'm interested in for the reminders. So if I click on create with a flow agent, let's see what happens. If this is done through if it does it for me, then that's a whole solution basically ready to go. Um, I might have to re-authenticate something, but it looks like it's starting with the business problem and then it's working on potentially like a potential flow. Oh, no flow suggestions. Okay, selecting customize from hundreds of pre-made templates, create a custom flow. Okay, so it didn't really create the flow for me, even though the business problem is at the very top. But it's all right. We can start from the template. Um, yeah, so you can pick a template from here. We probably need like a reoccurrence flow. If I go back here, okay, so it's giving me, maybe it was just taking a bit longer to give me some suggestions. So it's actually giving me a suggestion now. So it's giving me the trigger, which is the recurrence, and then it's got a couple of actions, taking the items, and then for each of the items. All right, cool. Let's just go with keep it and continue. It's going to connect to the SharePoint and then the Office 365. And then when I click on create, let's see what happens on the flow. So the flow one requires a bit of hand holding, but still pretty good. And yeah, there you go. It still has a business problem, and then it's got the actions in there as well. It's got the recurrence ready for us. So we just have to import when the recurrence is and sort of continue the flow and build it and then test it as well. But overall, that is pretty cool. From a business problem all the way from a user requirement to user processes to data model to then the technology that actually serves the solution. That is really cool to see. So yeah, I'll definitely be using this more often in terms of whenever I'm like trying out something. So yeah, give it a go as well, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comments if you think this is a game changer for functional consultants or even developers as well building Power Apps. All right, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you if you made it all the way to the video. Yeah, like and subscribe, and if you're into Power Apps, yeah, subscribe for more daily videos.